Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of My Life as an Empath. My name is Eli, and in this series, I will share my experiences living as an empath, a high sensitive person, and an introvert. Here I am, Memorial Day weekend, and we are having cloudy, chilly, rainy weather again. In my last video, it was the same type of weather. We did get up to 98 degrees last week. Oh, wait a minute. This is not my weather channel. Anyways, follow me on Weatherlicious on YouTube if you want or like weather like me. Anyways, but yeah, here we are. I wanted to check in because, as you all know from my last video, I did return to work. I had decided to return back to work a little bit earlier, a few weeks earlier. And yeah, I went back last Monday, the 18th. I was supposed to return on the 3rd. I was very excited to go back to work, actually. And it actually went pretty well. I was a little concerned that what was going to happen was that as soon as I started on Monday, they were going to bombard me with, the things that I was working with, clients that I was working with as well, and assisting with applications and all that stuff. And that was my only concern, right? That it was just going to be like, yes, like you're here, all right, get to it, right? Get right to it. But actually, it did not happen that way at all. Um, I don't know if you know or if I mentioned it, but we are moving to a new building. Actually, today's Sunday, so this Thursday, we're finally moving to a new building, which I am very excited about. So, because of this move, and it's a big move, my tasks changed completely for the week. Um, I am helping programs filing client files, um, and getting them ready to be moved to a storage place. And there are thousands of files from like the last, I don't know, 4 years. I think she told me that because they had to get filed, they had to be sent for storage when contracts are over, and that could be a few years. So this contract just ended, and it was like a 4-year contract or something like that. So there's like 4 years worth of client files that have to be uh, boxed, and they have to be put in envelopes first, taken out of their files, put it in envelopes, and then boxed, and then so they can pick them up next week. So that's all I've been doing all week. That's all I did. It was just sitting or standing and getting these files ready, boxed to be moved. Tomorrow's a holiday, so on Tuesday and Wednesday I will be doing the same thing, and then Thursday just getting my stuff ready to move Thursday afternoon, and then on Friday we actually have a staff trip. Um, so yeah, so there's no work on Friday. We'll be doing that. So yeah, it's a short week, but it's gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy week, and busy. But I'm excited for the new place. It's a really nice building. Um, so yeah, so how was my first day? Right. One of my things, I don't know if I said this before, but one of my things is I used to overshare a lot of information about myself. Um, and it's almost like excusing myself or explaining to people how I felt, or what empath meant, or being high sensitive. Like I just kind of just wanted people to really, really, really understand me, and I just always try my best to do that. But then recently, during my time off, one of the things that I read and listened to and discovered was like that my business is my business, and I first of all, people don't want to hear about my business, but I also don't need to explain myself to anybody. That what happens to me is mine, and what happens to other people are theirs, right? So if other people react a certain way towards me, and they can't put up with me being sensitive, or etc., etc., that's their business. If people feel some way about me, it is not mine. It is not mine. It is one of the biggest lessons, actually, that I've learned throughout these last months, is that I don't need to worry about what other people think, feel, say at all. I need to take care of how I react or what I say, right? That's my responsibility. But I don't need to take on anybody else's. And it was hard. It was hard to kind of let that go because I always felt the need to explain myself. So people can, be a little bit more gentle with me, more understanding, more, empathic, right? um, and they will give me like a chance, right? My goal was like, give me a chance, people, that I'm not all that. It's because of this, listen, it will go from one ear to the other. People are not interested in what I have to say when it comes to my sensibility. Um, at least in my experience. I'm not talking for all empaths out there. But yeah, so the biggest lesson is I just need to spend time doing me and understanding me and taking care of me. That's all I can do again. So it was interesting because I wanted to sometimes say something about what I did during my time off with my coworkers. Not everybody was like asking me. A lot of people were just, saying, they were, happy to see me, that they're glad that I'm okay, and that I was there. They're, very nice to me. And of course, I try to keep it as controlled, control my mouth, I guess, and not being sharing what I did because again, it's not their business and they don't need to know, right? I need to keep things privately. I need to learn. I mean, I'm learning and I'm getting better at it. Um, but there was one employee that they knew that I'm an empath because I mentioned it some time ago to them, but we never really talked about it. But anyways, I did manage to talk a little bit about my experience without going into details or very personal details. And he was the only person that I actually talked to them about like what I've done throughout these months and uh, where I'm at now and how I'm feeling now. Um, and and I tried to do it really quick, right? I didn't want to go on and on and on, but they listened, and they were happy for me, like a lot of other folks were. But yeah, I think the week went by actually really really good. Again, I was concentrated in this task, so I was in the office doing a lot of that, so I wasn't engaging too much with everybody. Like I didn't have time, because I was busy. But the folks that I did, it was nice. It was nice to reconnect in a more empowered way. Like I felt so myself and so comfortable being myself this past week at work that I was happy. I was excited. I just felt at ease. I felt comfortable finally in my own skin without having to be somebody else or without having to explain anything to anybody. You know, I'm very thankful for what I've learned, and I keep learning about myself and about this life in and that I live as an empath and an HSP. It is really important that I be healthy, mentally and physically. And I am in a good place right now. Let me tell you all, like, I'm still meditating. I found this really nice meditation video on YouTube that is about 10-minute meditation and 11 minutes. And I do it every morning now. I do that meditation. I did it this morning again. It's 10 minutes, so I don't want it to be too long yet. Uh, but it's amazing. It's amazing how different things are right now for me. This week was really, really, really good week. And yeah, I know that I'll be having a routine, not this week, but the following week, and eventually start meeting clients. But I think this is giving me the opportunity to just settle at work and until I start meeting clients and just kind of like go with the flow. I'm really happy, y'all. I'm really really happy how the week went at work. I'm really really excited. I'm glad that I actually decided to go to work a little bit earlier. But anyways, that's all for me on this episode. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, listening, and I'm not a good Well, I was gonna be negative about myself. I just tend to I'll go around things a little bit on my videos, but I'm getting better at it. And I just appreciate if anybody watches. If only one person watch, this is really cool to share. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Please take care of each other and be well. And big hugs. Bye.